we did a pretty good job putting that framing piece up there where it's standing right now. And thanks to Kaki's idea of keeping it tied with a rope and with another one in the other corner, it has been standing there for a couple of days without bending. Papa, yeah. So we're starting our working day by making some caballos to continue building more of these A structures that we're gonna place in the other side. And before we do that, we're gonna first have our weekly meeting.
Eliana, ¿qué tú tienes?
¿Ah?
¿Qué tú tienes?
Un perro.
¿Y qué más?
Un caque.
So tomorrow he's going for his passport. We're not going together because of he's going for to the passport. We are going to the bank, but we don't know how much it's gonna take to run the one.
And today's meeting was hosted in the shed. This is actually our first meeting in the shed. We may have other meetings here in the shed, but listen, I got some plans for the shed. In the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna be working in some projects inside of the shed, some stuff that I need to fix inside there. So now that we just finished a meeting, it's time to head back to work. And the goal of the day is gonna be to actually have one more of those framing structures ready. Maybe we're not gonna be able to put it up, but the plan is to have it done, at least laying here down in the floor of the house, in the future floor of the house, of course. Yes. Somebody's feeling very comfy over here. He's found his perfect spot. He's got his bed over here. Right, Brian? You chilling over here? Good boy. As we made this one 607, we're gonna have to make this one 3020. 320 and a half.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I was right. I was thinking right. Yeah, got it. So those two last beams that we cut and weld over there, they were not exact the same size that we needed them to be. They were 607 and we needed 609. So what we're gonna do now is add those 2 centimeters to the next piece that we have to weld together to that one. So this next piece should be 318 and a half, and if we add those 2 extra centimeters, that's gonna be 320 and a half, and it's time to cut. So it has been pretty challenging for all of us to fully understand and read all the plans for the building of this house, and we have been having a lot of help lately. We got Bruce in the States, that is an amazing architect that is also helping us to understand better and to see how we're gonna make this house work. And we also have some other people here in Panama. We got our architect here that has a lot of connections, and he can get permits and all the stuff done.
Como una fortaleza más del...
Now that we're working in the structure for the roof, a very critical part is going to be painting everything before we put the structure up there. For example, in that one, we already paint everything, all the welds, all the joints before we put them up there, because it's going to be very hard to get up there after we have everything done and paint those spots where we already weld. So it's better if we do it here once we are assembling everything together, and then just put the whole thing up there. And this is something that we have to do with every single beam that we put up there in the roof. We need to paint, we need to grind, we need to hammer it, take all the welding crusts out of there, because that could create a lot of rust eventually, and then 10 years down the road, or 5 or maybe 15 years down the road, I'm going to be having some troubles with the structure because it's getting rusty and then it's getting weaker. And it is interesting because in my culture, this is not a big deal, this is not a big thing to be taking care of every single detail of every single thing in order to make the things perfect, to make the things work and last forever. Let's say that most of the things are done in order to last for like a decent amount of time, but not to last forever. So in this construction, almost every single thing is being overbuilt for that reason, to make it last for a very, very long time. Okay, I'm not pretty sure if we're gonna be able to go back and weld all the pieces that we have to weld. We did have such a beautiful weather these last few days, the days that we decided to take off. And now, when we're ready to start working again, we got this, the rain. We didn't have rain for these last few days. Damn.
Sadie's flashing you.
What's she saying?
Flashing you.
It's like, ooh, look at my back.
So apparently the rain is giving us some extra time to keep working. Yeah, apparently, because we never know here. So thank you, Mrs. Rain or Mr. Rain. I hope he doesn't get mad with me and starts pouring down. What?
Apparently it's gonna rain.
Okay. Time. So no, what we're gonna do is enjoy the life. No, I'm just kidding. In work, I'm talking about work. No, what we're gonna do is start cutting this next piece that we need to cut in an angle, and that piece is gonna come right over here to finish this whole piece to make like straight and big piece like these ones, both like that one that is a. And while I have been working in these pieces to make them straight and weld them together very good, Jordan has been working in welding and cutting these pieces that we're gonna use later down in the road to place the other beams that are gonna go horizontal, that are gonna tie the whole structure of the roof together. I am officially done for the day. I feel I'm done. I'm tired. I cannot really do anything else than move the goats right now. Was a pretty good day of work. We didn't make it to finish the whole beam, to put it together, because now we are building everything thinking in the future, thinking that at some point in the building we are gonna have to put some horizontal beams that are gonna work as a supports for the roof. So we are gonna have to put those beams kind of like in the outside here and some other welded in the inside, and it's gonna be pretty risky and also pretty hard to clamp those beams in there. So our friend in the States, Bruce, who is also an architect, shout out to you, bro, thank you so much, he suggested us to put those L brackets in there, so it will make the whole thing easier once we're gonna put those other horizontal beams up there. So I think this is pretty much what we have been looking for. Do the things in the right way. For example, if we don't do this, we're gonna have to be climbing up there, holding ourselves maybe in a scaffold, or just kind of like being hanging with one hand and welding with the other. That is pretty much what we did in the workshop when we built it. We are trying to don't do that again. And this is one of the things that I'm glad that we have a lot of influence from people from almost everywhere here that really think in different ways. Having brainstorms, kind of like having some other people with more experience guiding us through this whole journey is something that is very helpful, and I think it's also very good for my house. I don't want this thing to fall. I want this thing to stay there for a couple of years, maybe 100 or 400 years, who knows. Hello you guys, welcome back to Cutting Metal. We're starting a little bit late today because we were busy all the morning fixing the rack of the truck, because we need that to carry some materials, but it was falling down. We have used it a lot and we had to fix that. So now that we're done with that, we are just gonna continue with my house. I actually need to cut some of these metal pieces more of these like kind of like little plates. To place it before we put the beams up that we need to put there now, the vertical ones. So know what we're doing over here? What is it that we're doing over here, bro?
Building a house, baby.
Yeah!
I saw that. I saw that. Come on, bro. It's okay.
We are placing some extra beams at the sides of this main support that we have over here because we had to cut this beam that we put first in order to fit the plate and the beam in. So we are making this thing stronger by adding another beam at the sides. We're adding one more in this side and we're adding another one in this other side here. Dude, the rain is being crazy. It's downpouring right now. Look at this. It means that the rainy season is finally here. This is a real rainy season. We have rainy season all over the year, but this is kind of like the main rainy season. And just look at how much water are we getting. We got even a little river running right across the land. And as you can see, we already finished. The next framing piece is all done. We already welded. I painted and covered with an umbrella over there so the paint doesn't get wet. The first thing tomorrow is gonna be put that framing piece up there. And for that we need a lot of people. We're gonna need Iberto, we're gonna need Enrique, Kake, Jordan. Everyone who is available is gonna have to help to put that bin up there. But here is where I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for following this journey. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. I love you so much. And I will see you next weekend. Hasta la vista.